of birth, time of birth, and location of birth. And it will pop out all the information you need to know about yourself based on the planets, okay? So I did this using AI, and I didn't even think I could, but like I guess I can do everything now for you. Just letting you know, I don't think this will, at least for now, fully be able to replace a human. I prefer to go to like a regular astrologer or tarot reader, to read my energy. Because AI just covers it very brief. It covers each section very briefly. Yeah, you can ask more detail, but it doesn't word it quite the same way as a regular human does, So I don't, wanted to take like an astrologer's job, you know what I'm saying? Like, I recommend you just go to an astrologer in general for your reading, for your birth chart. Yeah. And make sure they don't just like print out an AI version of it, like some people, I could see how some astrologers, well, maybe less serious astrologers could probably do that. You can use AI to help your job, but not like to fully take it over, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But anyway, so I'm gonna go into my birth chart. It literally gave me 28 pages of information on my birth chart. So I'm gonna be reading that now, and I asked it for more detail. Like, it also recommends, if you go on like ChatGPT, like if you want more details, and then I asked it for more, and then it gives me more, and then it asks again for more, and then it asks again for more, and then it asks again for more. So I kept doing it until it gave me as much information as possible, and I was impressed. I was actually, okay, like, I was like literally telling the AI, like, for the first time, I actually like you, okay? Like, I didn't think you could do this for me. It's pretty darn impressive. But again, still doesn't beat a regular old, well-seasoned, experienced astrologer. Trust me on that. There's a reason they charge so damn much. Yeah, so got my coffee ready, so let's dig in. For those who are curious to know me as a person too, this will help to get you to know me better as your tarot reader, as your Reiki healer. This is the blueprint of who I am. It was well worth the ink. So I'm born, as you know, September 13, 94. I'm actually born exactly at 12 noon. Like, literally exactly 12 o'clock noon. I was born in Chicago, Illinois. So, and you can put 12 p.m. approximate in your birth chart, but they prefer the most accurate time. If you don't know your birth time, it's going to be a little off, but now fully, okay? So obviously my core identity is my sun. My sun sign is in Virgo. That's your major zodiac sign. Like, when someone asks you, what's your zodiac sign? That's your sun sign. So I'm a Virgo, alright? It says you're fundamentally Virgo, which means your core identity revolves around precision, improvement, and mastery. Yeah, definitely. Those things. Analytical thinking. Yep. And a deep need to be useful and competent. Yes, like, absolutely. Although I'm very lazy, so I'm like, okay, I don't care if you, like, don't ask me something to do. I've never worked like a real job, to be honest. I'm 32 almost this year, and I've never worked like a real, like, 9-to-5 job where I've had to report somewhere. So it's really weird as a Virgo, because, like, I would be good as hell at my job, but I've never done it like that, I've always been independent or working in my family's business, so, at the time, so, it gave me a lot of information about career paths and stuff. I will probably, if I have time, read that as well. It says this isn't just organized energy, it's optimization. See, the way it talks is very cringe. This isn't just organized energy, it's optimization energy. Like, just the way it talks is not a human. You could tell. It's like, it's so cringe. I hate when it talks like that. Like, it's very cringe. Like, I see it, so many people post memes online, and like, those people who post on Instagram like 16 pages of text. It's all AI, by the way. It's not even the creator's real message. It's so cringe. Like, it's not creative. Like, you know, people need to use more of their creativity. I feel like this is gonna end up making a lot of people become lazy and lethargic, you know? That's why I'm so glad I have a career that doesn't require doesn't require AI, like tarot reading, Reiki healing. I don't use that at all. You know, ASMR videos, I don't use AI at all, well, obviously. No, but, you know, I don't barely ever use it, so, which is not a bad thing if you do. I know people are worried about the water shortage, like, okay, if you actually saw how much water it's using, it's a very small percent, but also you could argue, oh, we shouldn't exist because we use energy too. You know, if people just, like, critically think through things through a little bit, how are we ever going to advance as a species if we don't use it? How are we going to go to the stars? You know? Yeah. You instinctively see what's inefficient, broken, or could be better. Yes, so that is very true. Yeah. I mean, it is accurate, you know? But that they're just talking about Virgo in general. Shadow side, overthinking. Yes, I overthink everything. I'm such a worrywart. All my past partners have always told me my biggest fault is, like, I'm just such a worrywart, you know? But I'm not ashamed of it. I am, because I know a lot of people are worrywarts too. But, like, I can see how it could be a big turnoff in relationships too, you know? It's like anxious attachment, kind of, right? Self-criticism, yes, we're our own worst enemy, our own worst judgers. Like, you know, I'm telling you, I've made videos where I'm like, I get 100 positive comments, and I'm the only one being like, I could have done better at this. Like, I'll ignore all the positive comments because I'm so in my head about something I could have done better. Feeling like nothing is ever good enough. Yes, that is Virgo to the core. It's never enough. Yeah, it's never enough. No matter how much money, no matter how much free time you have, you know, you'll have like 10 days off, and you'll have a month off from work, and you'll be like, I need another month off. We're never happy. We're never satisfied. We're never fulfilled, truly. And that's the biggest demon I battle. Strength. You can become exceptionally skilled at anything you commit to. Yes, we are fabulous. We are so intelligent. We can rock anything. You know, if you ask me to become a musician, I'll be the best musician on earth. Period. If you ask me to be an ASMR, oh wait. Not to toot my own horn, but okay, emotional world, because we know we're the best. Sorry, everyone else, but we are the best. Emotional world, moon in Pisces. So that, yes, my moon is in Pisces. I hate how it starts in moon first. I wish it starts rising first, but I know everyone does. Sun, moon, then rising. I like sun, rising, then moon. To me, it's less cringe. I don't know why. I just don't like doing moon. Second, moon comes third to me. Anyway, it's just what it is. So, yes, my moon is in... No, wait a minute. My moon is not in Pisces, honey. This can't be accurate. Was my moon in Pisces the whole freaking time? This is not real. My moon is actually Capricorn. I don't know why it said Pisces. I'll read anyway. Maybe that's why I'm such a crybaby. Do you know how many things I have in Pisces in my chart? Another Pisces. Bish. This is a powerful contrast to your Virgo sun. Your inner world is sensitive, intuitive, and deeply emotional. I'm gonna start crying because that is true. Maybe I was a Pisces moon the whole time. That's not true. That can't be. I think AI had a hiccup. See, that's why you can't rely on it. You absorb energy from people and environments. Oh my gosh. Every freaking day. That's why I'm always at home. Strong imagination, empathy, even psychic-like intuition. Yes, I've been a psychic since I was a kid. Abso-freaking-lutely. Most psychics were psychics since they were kids. That's how you know you're a psychic. Yes. My mind is like an autistic mind. Like, it runs wild. If you knew what was in my head, like sometimes if you just looked at me and I'm at home alone talking to myself, I look crazy. Like, I let my imagination run loose like an inner child. Yeah. Yes. Even though other parts of me don't seem that compassionate, I am very empathic. I do feel, just last night I was crying because something in a movie triggered a core memory. Like, I'm a crybaby, okay? Internal tension, very important. Virgo, logic and control versus Pisces, emotion and surrender. So that's why I always feel like multiple personality. Maybe I am on Pisces moon, okay? That resonates too, because the Capricorn moon never really resonated fully with me. Oh boy, I'm in trouble if this is true. Now it says my rising is Sagittarius. This can't be accurate. This can't be accurate. I'll read it anyway, but this can't be accurate. My rising is Scorpio. This destroys my whole identity than who I thought I was. Because I've had an astrologer even read me and tell me I'm Scorpio rising, Capricorn moon. How could it be? But we use the same website, so maybe the website's faulty. Damn, am I really? Because I was told I have no fire, and now this like destroys the illusion of what I thought I was. So the Pisces moon, it says this creates a lifelong push-pull. Do I analyze this or just feel it? Maybe I am Pisces moon. Damn, that is accurate. Because it didn't ask for my name. The other website asked for my name. Doesn't your name have an influence too, or no? Shadow, escapism, numbing out, avoiding reality. Yeah, I used to. The older I get, the more I avoid that. Emotional overwhelm. That's one thing my partner says to me easily. He says, you get overwhelmed. I'm like, yes, I do. Yes, I do get overwhelmed very easily. I don't even realize I'm overwhelmed until someone says you're overwhelmed, to the point I dissociate. It's very hard for me to manage my emotions because I feel so deeply. But so does, a Scorpio rising. That's why I'm so confused right now. Oh my gosh, am I really a Virgo? Pisces, Sagittarius. That would explain a lot. Why I can just get along with just anybody. I think that would explain a lot. Gift, your gift is deep compassion and emotional intelligence most people don't have. I would say. Because we feel so much. Oh my gosh. Rising sign Sagittarius based on noon estimate. Okay. This shapes how people see you and how you approach life. Yes. You come off as open-minded. Sometimes. That's why I don't think I'm a Sagittarius rising, but okay. Curious. Like, it takes a lot to change my mind. I'm very stuck in my ways. Yes, I am curious. I'm like news reporter curious, literally. Blunt. Yeah, honest. Sometimes unintentionally intense. Yes, the Scorpio rising 2 part. Very intense. Yes, I've been told I'm intense. Absolutely. Freedom seeking. Yes and no. This is where I'm like, I don't know. People likely see you as more carefree or adventurous than you actually feel inside. That's very interesting. Yeah, I don't feel that inside at all. But the fact that I probably come across that way, probably because people tell me all the time, like, oh, you always go somewhere. How do you afford it? Or stuff like that. Life approach, you grow through exploration. Yes. Truth seeking. Yes. Expanding your worldview. Sure. I mean, don't we all grow through those ways? I don't know. See, it's very short. It's very limited. Like, astrologers or your other website birth charts will tell you much more in detail about yourself. But, hey, I just am starting. Mercury is in Libra. I think that was always true. Your mind and communication. Yes, Mercury also is ruled by Virgo, so... How you think and speak. Diplomatic, balanced thinker. Yeah. You see both sides of everything. I do. That's why it's so hard for me to choose, like, politics, or I'm on the fence about every damn thing. That's why I struggle to keep friends, because, like, if a friend comes to me talking shiz about somebody else that I know, I can't pick sides. I'll just be like, yeah, I agree and disagree with both of you. And then, I end up having no friends because it's like, okay, whose side are you on? And I'm never on anybody's side. I refuse to be, Strong sense of fairness and justice. Yeah, so that's that Libra, huh? And Mercury. Mercury and Libra, right? So it's like balance. Like, yeah, I'm not going to pick sides. I'll be in the middle. I'm the fence crawler. As annoying as that is for some. Strength. Some people say it shows a weak spine. I don't know. I think I'm pretty bold and brash with some things, though. Great at mediation, negotiation, and understanding people. Yes, I can definitely calm a conflict. I've been there before. Getting in between two people. I'm pretty good at mediating things, the situation. Yeah. I'd be a good bodyguard if I was tough. Like bulk build. Challenge, indecision. But what if the other option is better? I used to struggle at this when I was younger. Now I'm more better at just like sticking to my words. My Venus is in Scorpio. No, I think my Venus was Libra. This is where I'm confused. Don't rely on this. This is why I say don't rely on it. I don't think this is accurate. Something's a little off here. Okay, but we'll go with the flow. So Venus is about love and relationships, of course. This is one of your most intense placements, okay? You love deeply. All or nothing, yeah. Like ride or die, I'm definitely like that. Like, love it or leave it, right? I've always said that about relationships. Like, you love me or you leave me, period. Like, seriously, no black or white. I mean, like strictly black or white, yeah. With emotional and psychological depth. Yeah, I want my partner to cry with me. Like, I want emotions. I want those things triggered. You know what I'm saying? For me to have like a loving, deep connection and relationship. And that's very hard for me to find my whole life. Like, not everyone's a crybaby like I am. So, yeah. Surface level relationships don't satisfy you. Yes, they're too boring. I get bored easily. You crave loyalty. Yes, I'm a dog in the Chinese zodiac, so I'm loyal. Virgo's loyal too, so I'm double loyal. Emotional merging. Yes, connecting deeply on an emotional scale. Abso-freaking-lutely. And truth. I crave truth, even if it's uncomfortable. Yes, I always want someone to be honest with me, even if it hurts. And then I get mad at them and shy away. Shadow. Jealousy. Yes. This is actually one of those qualities I never let go of. Like, I actually became more jealous as I got older, which is kind of weird. Like, maybe it was suppressed always within me. But, yeah, control issues. Maybe my Venus is Scorpio. Yes. Yes, because Scorpio is usually about jealousy. Yes. Yes. Just yes. One major thing a therapist would tell me is control. Yeah, I struggle to let go. Fear of betrayal. Yeah, yep. That's like the whole probably borderline thing. Fear of abandonment. Yeah. Truth. You don't want casual. You want transformational love. Again, ew. It's cringe the way it said that. But that's true. Okay. I don't want casual. I want transformational love. Why is it so cringe how it talks? I don't like it. They need to change that prompt. Whatever. It's just like, stop being cringe, AI. Just stop being cringe. You're wasting too much water being cringe. Okay. So, Mars in Cancer. Alright, we'll see about that. Drive and anger. Okay. Yeah, Mars is ruled by Aries, as we know. So it's about like war and anger. This is how you act, pursue goals, and handle conflict. Okay. Let's see. Maybe you learn something more about yourself if you have any of these zodiacs in these positions. Okay. Yeah, I knew I had a lot of Scorpio and Pisces. I'm definitely seeing that. I have a lot of water in my chart. I'm more water than anything. It's crazy. And everyone always thinks I'm a Pisces or a Scorpio. It's hilarious, actually, because I have so much water. So, I'm very fluid and mysterious. You're emotionally driven. Yeah. Like, if I'm not feeling it, I'm not gonna do it today. Period. That's why I could never keep a real job. Yeah. And anytime I did, even like when I worked with my family back then, like, I always got into arguments and, like, I would play along to get along just to get the money, but then when I'm out, I'm like, I'd be fighting about it. I'd be fighting for more money, or I would just be like, no, I don't like how you treated me at the job site, I could just never keep a job. The only thing, a job I could keep is if it's involving me, like my self-employed job. Obviously, I'm good at that. Like, yeah. So, protective of yourself and others. Yes, if I see someone getting hurt, oh, I will get involved. Okay, especially when it comes to animals, like people being nasty or cruel to them. Oh, I will. You don't want to know what I'll do to you. You act based on how you feel, not just logic. Yes, so I struggle with the mind. Like with age, again, I became more in my head than my heart. But I'm learning to unlearn that. I know that's deep. Anger, indirect. Yeah, I'll be passive aggressive. I'll be like, instead of telling you, hey, that hurt my feelings, please don't say that again, I'll be like, oh, you want to order food? You could just order it. Go ahead. And they'll be like, oh, why are you acting like that? No, it's fine. Just go order your food, whatever. Like, I'll just be like, yeah, I'm like petty and bitter about it, you know? I'm not going to tell you why I'm mad. I'm the worst. Can build up and then come out all at once. Yes, I get explosively, violently angry if I don't let it out. Yeah, it's horrible. So, yeah. You know, if only therapists told you you're not a sociopath. You just have Mars and Cancer. Could you imagine? I think this world would be a hot mess. Maybe it would be better. I don't know. So that, like, because astrology is all about when we see our faults, we can work on them. You know, we don't have to be like that. We don't have to let that part of ourselves influence us if we're willing to work on it. This is just exposing our shadow side, you know. But my strength is fierce loyalty. Yes, no wonder I'm so damn loyal. Strong protective instincts. Yes, I would be a great, I almost said mother, because I have such a motherly instinct. I would be a great father, but like mother too, you know what I'm saying? Oh my god, just now, actually, now that I think about it, I have these, like, I call them like kiwi birds because they look like kiwis to me. These little baby doves. They're like a different dove. It's not the big dove you're thinking of. It's like a little miniature sized dove. I don't know the exact breed, but she just hatched and had babies, and I'm looking at them like, oh, they're so cute. Obviously, well, the mother's away, so she doesn't eat my eyeballs out, but you know, they're so cute. I'm so protective. I'm like, please protect these babies, you know. I'm like that with animals mostly, but like I used to babysit a couple family members, like my niece, my nephews. Like, I was always so protective over those babies, you know, from baby till 6 years old. I was always like, yes, you know, make sure these babies are safe and protected. And I had that mother instinct too, you know, kick in. You know, I teach them like, hey, don't do this, don't do that. I would make a great babysitter or a puppy sitter. That's actually a job I applied for, to be a puppy sitter, before my YouTube started picking up and I got on TV. Like, I was nervous. I needed to move out. I wanted to make money fast. And I was applying, but like no one would hire. So thankfully YouTube took off. Like, yeah, that was just luck, I guess, or just on the nick of time. Okay, so Jupiter in Scorpio, growth and luck. Okay, Jupiter's always a good planet. You know, Saturn's like the next door neighbor. It's kind of, they say, the bad planet. I wouldn't call it bad because it's about karma, but you know, because the planets listen, you know, don't talk crap about them. Your growth comes through transformation. So my growth in life comes through transformation. Yes. Like, I love like self-help, you know, anywhere where I can grow and learn, even if it's hard to hear, you know. Facing fears. Yes. Absolutely, that's all part of transformation. Sometimes I'm so afraid of transforming because I'm afraid of my power, because I know I'm a powerful being on this earth, like we all are, and I'm afraid what that can do, because I've seen how much good things I've done on this earth, and I've seen how much horrible damage I've caused, even psychological damage, to those loved ones who are near me, who have had to witness my eruptive nature. Let's just put it that way. I'm a very complicated being, you know. Yes, I come across nice. I may look nice and pleasant, but like I have a side. We all do. I find I've learned over the years, the ones who are acting the nicest usually have the most bite too, you know, like a chihuahua. So deep emotional or psychological work. Yes, I'm all about that, you know. Sign me up for help, you know. even though a part of me is like, oh, I'm afraid to get help. That's why I'm not really the type to rely on talking to a counselor, because I think I'm better, like I can do it myself, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I definitely wouldn't rely on AI to help me. Like, the way it talks, it's just so cringe to me. I'm sorry. Yeah, anyway. You benefit when you go all in on something meaningful. Yeah. First thing I could think of is starting my ASMR channel. That was really meaningful to me. I went all in and it worked. It changed my life, and I'm still doing it to this day. 14 years later almost. Embrace change instead of avoiding it. So I benefit when I embrace change instead of avoiding change. Yes, I'm actually good with change. I love change. In fact, count me in on change every day, because I bore easily and I need constant stimulation. Yeah, it's a fault of mine. Like, I need to get off my phone, you know? Okay, so Saturn and Pisces, life lessons. Okay, Saturn, yes, karma, life lessons. Pisces, Scorpio. You see how many Pisces and Scorpio I have? Like, if you just generated an AI image of me, it would be a crying baby, basically. And I think because I'm so sensitive, I always try to guard and protect that nature about me. And I act tough on the outside, and I act intense, so guard myself, because I'm very fragile inside. You know, there's like a shattered illusion inside, you know, a hurting child. And I don't think that ever goes away. No matter how much work you do, there's always that part of you that's very soft and sensitive. My poopsies know who I truly am. At heart, I'm just a crybaby, but, like, I do so much just to protect that crying child. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay. Even if it means putting up a front or something. So this is huge karmically. Your main life lessons revolve around boundaries. That's always so hard for me to learn boundaries, you know? Because I want to help. I want to reach out people. Like, the other day we were hanging out at a picnic, right? And there was like a couple new people I met, or quite a few actually. And I was already channeling and reading her energy. Like, I didn't mean to do this. I didn't mean to come across that way, but Spirit was already communicating how she could, like, heal her body physically. And I was sharing with her, and I felt like maybe after a while I was oversharing. Again, the overthinking part of me was, like, kind of there. And then I kind of laid my hands over her, just kind of a little bit, just to kind of, you know, send some energy. And then they had, like, another problem, and then that needed to be addressed, and they gave me, like, a word, and I said the word that, like, they need to avoid this kind of food. And it just came, you know, I just constantly channel, I can't help it. So my point is, like, sometimes with that, like, you understand, like, okay, you just met this person, they don't want to hear you channel, you know, I'm, like, if you give me playing cards, I'll start reading you, but not everyone wants that, you know, they feel uncomfortable around that. So, that's hard for me to, like, shut that off, you know, to understand. Or nowadays I'm better at respecting boundaries, but just to acknowledge that boundaries exist is very hard for me. Emotional responsibility, yes, you know, yes. That's such a broad category, I won't go into it. Learning when to help versus when to let go. Yes, because I want to fix, I want to control, I want to help, I want to heal. And then it's like, not everyone wants to be healed. Sometimes some people hold on to their health issues like a proud badge, because that gives them attention from their partner, you know, like sometimes I pick up on that energy too. But it's hard to tell them up in their face, you know. I butter things, I can't be like blunt, and that's always hard. Like a lot with my tarot readings, my clients want me to be blunt as possible, but that's so hard for me to do, because I'm trying so hard to be nice, you know. I'm not trying so hard to be nice, that's who I am, that's what I'm trying to say, but I'm trying hard not to be like a B word, you know, when I'm being blunt, because I know when I'm blunt, I'm blunt. And then it's like, okay, wait, tone it down a bit, Tony, you know. Early life pattern. So I'm going to switch to soft spoken because I'm tired of whispering. Feeling overwhelmed or emotionally burdened. Oh, that made a nice sound. Yes, we went over this. Mastery, becoming grounded without losing your compassion. Yes, because I can become cold. I give the cold shoulder. I just go numb. I dissociate, realize. So, there's a way to ground without being like cold B word. Outer planets, so these are the further influences that typically tend to affect the collective rather than the personal. Okay, so I thought there was some in Capricorn. Again, we're seeing some Scorpio come in. Uranus is in Capricorn, allegedly. So the outer planets are generational influences, yes. So Uranus in Capricorn. Uranus is changing this month away from Taurus finally, so this might affect me. You're wired to challenge traditional systems. Yes, I didn't go to traditional college for long. I challenged it. I hated it. Like, I knew, like, a college degree wouldn't matter, and here we are. This thing is taking over. So I knew early on, that's part of, again, my psychic nature. I just had a feeling. I was like, this is going to work. I don't need to do college. Practical but innovative. Yes, very practical is the Virgo part too. But we are creative AF, right? Neptune in Capricorn. Okay. As well. So Uranus and Neptune both allegedly in Capricorn. Dreams and ambition mixed together. Okay. Yes, like I'm a big dreamer for sure. Desire to make something meaningful in the real world. Yeah, I want my name to be remembered. I want to make a change. I know I didn't come here for nothing. I didn't come here to work a 9 to 5. I know a lot of people we're feeling that way nowadays as well. And that's, again, the collective. A lot of people have that Neptune in whatever. Pluto in Scorpio. So intense generation. All right. Yes. We're very intense. Drawn to truth, transformation, power dynamics. Yes. I think that's why a lot of people are so involved in politics now. Okay, so these are my houses, which are called, like, houses, which are the life areas. There's 12 houses in your birth chart. It's like a circle, like a wheel with 12 pegs, right? With Sagittarius rising, your chart likely flows like this. So first house is in Sagittarius, my identity, which is equal to growth and truth. My fourth house is in Pisces, which is emotional, home life, and deep and sensitive. So yes. Yes, when I'm alone, I'm not just working all day at home alone. Like, I am in my feels sometimes all day. I'm feeling a lot of different things at once sometimes. It can be overwhelming. It can distract me from work too. My 7th house is in Gemini. I attract communicative, curious partners. Sure, why not? 10th house is in Virgo, career, which is equal to mastery, service, and precision. Cool. That's good to know. I don't know too much about houses. I'm not an astrologer. I'll do an astrology reading for you, but I'm not like an astrologer. I don't know if I ever will be. It's interested me. I listen to a lot of astrologers, but I don't know. I will need a long time to have the confidence to become an astrologer because it takes a lot of memory too. Which, I don't know, it's not my best. Like, I'm good at memorizing if I have to study for a test the night before. I can't memorize long term. I forget easily. There's too much going on in here. Major themes in your chart. So logic versus emotion, your core conflict. Yes. Virgo sun is logic and order. Pisces moon is emotion and chaos. Chaos, yes. Sometimes it can be addicting to get caught up in too. Your growth is about integrating both, not choosing one. Thank you. So finally some helpful information. So integrating the logic order with the emotion and the chaos. Because I am crazy. I'm one word to define me. I can be a little nutty. In my real life, I love to laugh. I'm always adding humor, jokes. When I talk to people, I can't go an hour, not even half an hour, without cracking a joke or adding humor into my language, my communication. It's just who I am. I think life's too short, and I love making people laugh. And I think we all deserve to have a good time while we're here, because, I've been in the dark spots, and it's no fun, and I don't want anyone to really go there. It's almost like my protective nature. I'm funny because I want to protect people from ever feeling pain, even though I know my actions in my past have caused so many people pain. You know what I mean? It's like a coping mechanism, right? Depth versus freedom. So Sagittarius rising is freedom. I don't care if I don't have freedom though. Like, it's not really something I value. Scorpio and Cancer placements is emotional depth. Like, I like being told what to do. You know, that's part of my Virgo. Like, I'm good at my job. Like, if I had to report to a job, I would listen. I like being told what to do. I like being dominated. So I don't care about freedom. You know, I think we all deserve to have the freedom. Like, I'm self-employed. That's one part is my freedom I value. That's why I'm self-employed. But it's not everything to me, right? I mean, every day our rights are being allegedly taken, but it's not bothering me to the point where I feel like I have to get up on a podium and talk about it, you know? Scorpio is for some other people who have that more in their chart, you know? Scorpio and Cancer placements is emotional depth. You want adventure and emotional intensity. Yes. Travel buddies who can cry with me. That's a complex combination. Kinda, yeah. Healing and transformation path. So you're not here for a shallow life. Amen. Your chart pushes you toward emotional growth. Even though it's uncomfortable as hell for me, yes. Psychological insight, like I'm doing now. And transforming yourself and possibly others. Absolutely, you know. It doesn't necessarily make me happy, I'll be honest with you, to see others get better. It makes me happy to know how much of a change I have made, right? You can call me borderline, sociopath, I don't know. Like, I know we always make it about us. But I'm happier when I see the difference I have made in someone else's life, if I'm honest. Not necessarily how much someone's life has changed, right? It doesn't bring me joy to see, oh, this person got better and did better. It brings me joy knowing how much I contributed to them and their life change. Do you know what I'm saying? That's why I do what I do. I don't think you can be on camera, not to mention on YouTube, without having a little bit of that trait in you. Just saying. Okay, so career tendencies. You thrive in roles involving analysis, as a Virgo, helping and healing, Pisces, Cancer aspects. Yes, absolutely. I actually considered being a nurse or a surgeon once if I was smart enough. I couldn't get past chemistry. I'm smart, but not when it comes to chemistry. Investigation or depth, Scorpio. Yeah, that's why I wanted to be an archaeologist as well. Just kind of funny. Examples are psychology therapy. Absolutely. Even though I never wanted to be that. Research and data analysis. Boring. See, the part of me that's like boring. I would never do that. Healthcare. Yes. Strategy and consulting. Boring. I'm not saying your job's boring. Calm down. I'm saying for me it's boring. Anything requiring precision and intuition. Yeah. Anything with like details, so I'm most focused on like backgrounds and like what people say about certain things, or you know, if this is not aligned perfectly with this, like, you know, yeah. Relationship patterns. You need deep emotional connection. Casual or superficial relationships won't last. Yeah, I actually hate that when it's too casual. And I love it too because it doesn't get that deep, which means no one gets hurt. But then if it doesn't have the depth, I'm also like, shoot, I wish it had more depth. So then it's constantly this like back and forth. You may struggle with trust or vulnerability early on. Yes and no, I've worked on that. But when you commit, you're extremely loyal and all in. Yes. Psychological snapshot. You are analytical but deeply emotional. Of course, we know that by now. Independent but craving deep bonds. Yes, like I don't want like the idea of I do but I don't. It's weird. It's like I don't care if I don't have a friend to talk to constantly, but I would love it, you know. Practical but intuitive. This makes you complex, perceptive, and hard to fully understand at first glance. Yes. Very mixed bag energy. Like people can't read me very easily. I have yet to have someone read me like fully read me. Like I'm very different. If you want to go even deeper, yes. So I accidentally copy pasted this part. So here's even deeper. My most important aspects are the sun moon, the sun Virgo Pisces moon, Full moon, but I was born under a full moon. I love you, AI. Thank you. No one ever told me that shiz. Are you for real? A full moon? Wow. This creates a strong internal split between logic, Virgo, and emotion, Pisces. A feeling of being pulled in two directions. That's why I honestly felt crazy when I was a teen in my early 20s. I literally felt like my brain splitting. Like my personalities like shatter in that time of my life. I would dissociate. I would become like someone else completely different. Like, because it's such a strong, incredible pull, and the moon pulls. It causes the tides, you know. I literally felt so crazy for so long, and I didn't know how to describe it to people without sounding crazy or offending somebody for saying the word crazy. How it plays out. You understand yourself deeply but may feel conflicted. That's every freaking day of my life, yo. You may swing between being highly controlled and completely overwhelmed. Highly controlled and completely overwhelmed. Yeah, but I'm good at hiding it, you know. I'm good at pretending, you know. Sometimes I act shallow just to hide it, you know. Growth path, or sometimes play dumb just to get along. You're like play nice, you know. And then I go home and cuss them out. Not like in my head, not like literally. Growth path. Your life is about learning how to balance control with surrender. That's interesting. Wow, it's hitting deep today. How to balance control and surrender. That's something literally I'm working on as we speak. Like, that's so hard for me sometimes. Once integrated, this becomes emotional and intellectual mastery. Beautiful. I don't know what. I think it had a fart. Sun, Uranus? I don't know why it said Sun and Uranus. I think it had a fart. I'm gonna skip that. Moon, Saturn. I don't know why it does that. Like, what the hell? This is not me. Oh, I think it's saying like sun, the triangle with the point facing up. I think that means conjunct. Or how sun influences my Uranus. It says original thinker. You're naturally innovative. You don't like being boxed in. You think differently from most people. Yeah, duh. My strength is I can see solutions others miss. I do that all the time. And adapt quickly to change. Yes. So this is how my moon and Saturn conjoin. It's like the circle with the thing like that. I don't know. I thought that was Mercury or something. I'm confused. Moon and something Saturn. Emotional depth and weight. This is one of your most serious placements. You likely matured emotionally early. Yeah, people always said I was an old soul growing up. You may have felt emotionally restricted growing up. My mama let me cry. I don't think, because she's a Pisces, you know, so she actually, in a weird way, encouraged my emotions to come out. I wouldn't say I was restricted. My father, however, was emotionally, I wouldn't say dead or numb. He just never showed it. He said he would never cry in front of us because it showed weakness. So I was like, that's weird, but, you know, hey, so I get a mix of both worlds, I guess. I learned a lot from them too, I guess. You don't learn until you're moved out, and then you look back and you're like, oh, and then you grow up a little bit and have experience of your own. Then you're like, I'm still learning about my parents. I'm like, I didn't realize that and why they went through and fought and whatever, you know. So, you don't have processed feelings lightly. You carry them. Yes, I carry other people's weight and burden. And I just want to say also, I always had a safe space to cry, even though nowadays I feel uncomfortable doing so. I always feel like I don't want to be like always crying, you know, because if someone openly gave me the space to, I always would. And I don't feel that I don't think with anybody that safe to be fully myself ever. I think that's always a guarded aspect of me. I don't know if that will ever change. Shadow, emotional heaviness. Yeah, I feel very heavy energy some days, a lot of days in my life where I just I wake up from the time I wake up to late afternoon, I'm like, there's sometimes this cloud over me, this heaviness that I can't lift. Sometimes it's things I pick up in the world. Sometimes things I pick up from people close to me. Sometimes, rarely, it can be healings I've done, if it's very heavy, or just my own personal battles, So this is all too familiar. I think the hardest part of my life is the emotional heaviness and burden I carry. And I'm doing my best to, I got better in my 30s, but in my 20s it was so hard to lift. And that's why I drank a lot back then. Difficulty opening up. Yeah, I'm very, very vulnerable. If someone knew the real me, they would be running for the hills. That's how I feel. Feeling alone even around others. Yeah, because I feel like no one really gets me. No one really can connect fully with me and understand what's going on in my head fully. And deeply understand me as a soul. Gift is emotional strength, my gift. Yes, I'm very strong emotionally, mentally, resilience, yes. I can handle anything. I've been through the darkest thoughts and the darkest things, and I still come out of it. Ability to handle what others can't. Yeah, I'm pretty darn good at that. But that also can make me numb, emotionally, from seeing so much, hurts and pain and people hurting. I think the big reason people quit tarot card readings is because they can't handle the truth sometimes, but also the pain others go through, because there's a lot of pain in this world. Yes, good things, but it doesn't, let's not forget the bad too, that's a big reason people come to readings, is to get over the bad. So I can handle a lot. Yeah, and I've noticed I definitely cried more in my first 2-3 years of doing readings and healings. I cry way less now. In fact, I don't think the last time I remember crying, maybe a few months ago during a reading. I'm getting better at, the difference between absorbing someone's energy and emotional experience, and, just understanding that, it is just an experience. I don't know this person fully, and I don't have to completely take it as my own issue. Which was it took a long time. Now I'm on year 7, 8, took a long time for me to get there. Thousands of readings later. So moon, the way my moon and sun and Saturn combines, okay? This amplifies your inner tension. You feel things deeply, Pisces moon, but try to control or suppress them, Virgo sun and Saturn influence. Yes, of course. I don't feel shame, guilt, or regret or embarrassment. I feel secondhand embarrassment for someone, but I don't feel that shame really, when someone says shame on you and points the finger, I just want to punch them in the throat. I don't really feel shame. So, I sort of just, I'm more control or suppress, not out of shame and embarrassment. It's more I don't want someone to see me lash out. Because lashing out is an emotion too. It's a deep-rooted emotion. I don't want someone seeing me vulnerable, because I want them to see the best side of me, because I don't want them to feel sorry for me, It's deep. Because again, the intellect is controlling the heart. The heart is feeling one thing. Maybe there is some shame in there, but the mind is nope, no, you don't feel shame. You know what I'm saying? This can create periods of emotional shutdown. Yes, I go numb very easily. My past friends have told me I end up ice cold, Antarctica ice bish, yeah. Followed by emotional overflow. Yes, once you crack that ice, honey, you gonna get a waterfall. It's gonna come out. The great flood will come out. And that's what I'm afraid to do. It's more a fear. It's not shame. It's a fear of what's going to come out. That's what I feel. Venus and Scorpio Uranus combined is unpredictable love patterns. Yes, my love life has been a hot mess all my life. This is I'm not talking now. It's not perfect. Nothing is, but it's been my whole life. This is a big relationship signature. You crave deep connection, but also independence. Yes. To this day, if I'm honest, sometimes I'm what would that look like? But it doesn't mean I don't love my partner. It just means that's just who I am. I crave myself a lot. I love myself a lot, if you couldn't tell. Relationships may start suddenly or intensely. Yes, I love when they do too. I love the toxic part of them too, which is like addicting. It's like, I love when they're intense and deep, and they start with like, oh, I love you, and it's like, you just met me 2 weeks ago. Like, I love that, you know? I love to love. I'm a hopeless romantic, but like, I know it's like, you just can't tell someone 2 weeks in you love them, you know what I'm saying? But that's me, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy and weird. You may attract unconventional or emotionally complex partners. Yes. Every freaking time. Yes. That was my whole past. Yep. Yep. Love is one of the hardest things to work through, because sometimes it's so hard to love another person because you see the faults that you don't like in yourself too. I know I'm going so freaking deep today. I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry. But it's true. Because when you think you're the best thing since sliced bread and you love yourself so much, and then you see someone else's flaws and vulnerabilities, you're like, ew. But then you like love them anyway after a while, because you realize you're fucked up too, in a weird, twisted way. Pattern: intense attraction, instability, yes, and transformation. Yes, intense, all of the above. Yes. Craziness, right? Especially those who grew up in a slightly chaotic home, you know, with a lot of control. Yes. Yes. It's like part of you still craves that in a weird way. Even craving attention from your partner, you know, in that way. Even if they give you like toxic attention, you still desire it, you know. Lesson: love doesn't have to equal chaos to be deep. Yes, that's why I used to pick toxic partners. Mars and Cancer and Jupiter combined is a protective strength. I'm going to reread this after I'm done, because I'm learning a lot about myself. Big emotional drive. Yeah, strong. That's how my whole life is based on. That's the lens I view the world. Whether I like it or not, in times where I haven't suppressed my emotions, yes, my emotions rule everything. And that could lead, unfortunately, to things like addiction and chaos. You know, if you're not careful, if you don't channel them wisely, and you don't get the help you need. Big emotional drive, a strong instinct to protect and provide. Yeah. I do want children, so there's that. I think I always have deep down. I always wanted to get married and have a kid, adopt a baby from China or something. That's always been on my heart, you know. When motivated, you go hard. Oh yeah, I don't give up. I don't care if I fail. I'll keep freaking going. That's the only time my emotions don't rule, is when I'm like, oh, I'm tired. No, I'm not tired. I keep going. And then I go numb because I keep going, you know? So it's hard. This gives you quiet confidence. Yeah. Sometimes too much. Like I come across egotistical, like people don't really like me. Sometimes at first glance, they think like, oh, like he thinks he's better than everybody. You know, that can come through as well and exude in my social interactions. Strong inner conviction. Yeah. So, but I want others to have that too, you know? And I know not everyone does. Not everyone has the confidence I do. So it's like deep down, but I want them to feel that, what I do, you know? But I can't, and I can't force that on somebody. So that's something I struggle with to this day. Deeper psychological pattern. Your chart has a theme of emotional intensity and self-control and desire for meaning. Yeah. That's why I love this work. You're not built for surface level anything. Yep. I like acting shallow. I'm not actually shallow, you know. Your current life phase, very important. Let's talk about what you're going through right now. Saturn in Pisces. Okay, this is the exciting, juicy part, because this put me through hell. Hell, I tell you, hell. Whew. Saturn really messed me up. These last 3, tore me to bits, because I had my Saturn at the same time. Something in my chart in Saturn, and then something in my Saturn was like the whole 28 to 31 years old. That's your Saturn pretty much somewhere around that time in your life, because Saturn is 29 and a half years around the sun. Once you turn that age, around 29 and a half on average, some people feel it as early as 26, some as late as 32. It's going to tear you up. it's going to destroy who you thought you once were. It changed me. Honestly, I've changed the last 3-4 years because of Saturn. Like, ooh, not to call Saturn out, but Saturn, you put me through it. Okay, anyway, this is hitting your moon and Saturn placements. This is a major life checkpoint. It'll keep you in check, trust me. What this phase does, it forces emotional growth. Yes. It brings up unresolved feelings. Yes. Tests your boundaries and mental health. It brought up mental health. My mental health. As soon as I hit like 28, 29, oh, I was in such a shitty place. Oh, it was so hard. It was so hard. It says you might feel, I felt like quitting everything and moving to Thailand. That's how I still feel like that sometimes. I'm like, oh, like itching for it, itching to run, even though you can't run. So, actually, guys, I really have to use the bathroom. I will be right back. All right, so I'm back. That salad and coffee combo tore me up. Sorry about that. Maybe TMI. So we're back to how it says you might feel heavier than usual, more introspective and emotionally drained or reflective. Yeah, but here's the truth: the period is about becoming emotionally. It literally has like letters in Arabic. And stable. Okay? Yeah. We still have a long way to go with AI, I guess. It's not here to break you. It's here to... Here's what the cringe text again. It's not here to break you. It's here to structure your inner world. That doesn't even make sense. Like, that's so broad. That's not even specific. What you're being pushed toward. Okay, right now life is asking you to stop avoiding difficult emotions, okay? Build real emotional boundaries. Again, as a reminder, we're talking about Saturn here. From 2023 through 2026. Let go of what drains you. Amen. And take your inner world seriously. Yeah, that's something I'm working on. So it says the upcoming shift for late 2026 and onwards, when Saturn leaves Pisces. For me, it says you'll feel lighter, thank God, more clear emotionally, and stronger mentally. Think of this current phase as emotional training arc. Okay, straight insight, no fluff. It says I'm wired for depth, not ease. I feel more than most people, but hide it better than most. Yes, just like I said, my biggest power comes when I stop fighting my emotional nature. I want to get... Okay, so here we go. I don't know why I copy-pasted this too. That's weird. So it says my life purpose. My north node is Scorpio. Scorpio again. Surprise, surprise. I'm more Scorpio than anything. Jesus. I have like 5 Scorpios, I think. This is one of the most powerful placements I can have. What it means? It means I'm ready to move away from comfort and predictability. Yeah, I got tired of living that way. Yeah, I like the unpredictable, the unknown. My south node in Taurus, okay? And toward, instead of comfort and predictability, toward transformation, emotional depth, truth, even when it's uncomfortable, and letting go of control over security. Yeah, I've lived my past probably decade and a half of my life based on a fear of insecurity, fear of like not having enough, or, So now that that's changed, I do trust me. I do feel that has been changing, even long before reading this. So my south node in Taurus, my natural tendency, is wanting stability, peace, and predictability. Yeah. It's like my lazy tendency, right? Avoiding emotional intensity or chaos and holding on to what feels safe. Yeah, so even though I like chaos sometimes, I also don't, But my soul growth requires facing the uncomfortable, evolving, and transforming aspects of myself repeatedly. Your purpose in one sentence: you're here to master emotional depth and transformation and help others do the same. That's why I do what I do. That's why your chart is so intense. Scorpio and Pisces and Cancer themes. Yeah, that's very much watery. Career path timing, when things happen. So this is the big picture. Your career isn't linear, it says. It evolves in phases of transformation, not steady climb. Yeah, my career is never linear. I'm self-employed. It's never linear, right? It's never going to be. So it says 2023 through 2026 right now. Foundation and pressure phase. Let's see what this entails for me. Okay, so let's move right along. So this is the Saturn and Pisces period I mentioned. Career-wise, you may feel uncertain or stuck, questioning your direction and feeling like progress is slow. Yeah, I definitely always sometimes I have impulse thoughts oh, I just want to change my career overnight. What's actually happening? To something that works better, You're being forced to get clear on what actually matters. Yes. Drop paths that aren't aligned. Yes. Build something more meaningful. Yeah. This is not your peak, it's your setup phase. I know. I know I have not peaked. 2026 through 2028 is the breakthrough window, so I figured it was starting now. This is when things start clicking. Clarity, clicking, clarity. Clarity returns. Momentum builds. Opportunities open up. Yes, I've definitely seen that. A couple doors open already. You'll likely step into a more defined role. Gain recognition for your skills. That's always good. Feel more confident in your direction. Yes, I'm already feeling that shift, but I might feel it more maybe into next year through 2028 for sure. So it says 2028, oh, I didn't know it goes this far, through 2032. Power and expansion phase. This is big for you. Career growth accelerates. You step into influence, leadership, or mastery. That's very good. Financial improvement likely. That's good, yeah. This aligns with your Scorpio growth path. Scorpio. Power comes after transformation. Yes, that's true. I had to transform and build first before I can really, get to the top of my game. Sure. Best career paths for you based on your chart. Not generic, this is tailored, okay? Psychology, therapy, coaching, research, analysis, investigation, medical or healing fields, strategy, consulting, problem-solving roles, anything involving depth in people and insight. Tarot reading, Reiki healing, yeah. For those who don't know, TonyBomboni.com. I just thought I'd add a burp in there for fun. You need meaning and complexity and growth, or you'll feel stuck. Yes, I get bored. I feel stuck. I feel stagnant. Yes. That's why I love YouTube. It's so diverse. You could do anything on YouTube. Your whole job can give you meaning. Just making a YouTube video. It's hard to explain, but it's just so fulfilling. I can't explain it. Love life timing. This is very specific in your chart. That's why people wonder, how do you film every day, or how do you upload videos every day, how do you do it? And then you see clients how do you keep with your life and keep a social life and keep so busy? Why do you think I do it? Because it's depth, people, insight, it's meaning, complexity, and growth. It's all those things for me, that's why I can keep going, So pattern first, with Venus in Scorpio and Uranus aspect combined, it says the love is intense, not casual. Sudden starts and stops. Yeah. It used to be that way. And transformational relationships. Okay. So 2023 through 2025, emotional testing phase. That was my emotional testing phase, okay? That was after my breakup, and then when I first met my partner who I love today. Relationships may feel heavy or complicated. You're learning boundaries and emotional truth and letting go of unhealthy patterns. Yeah. And I was honestly a little bit not my best self in 2024. Let's put it that way. Even though great things were happening to me personally. This is not random, it's calibration. Okay, AI, stop talking like that, you cringe. Okay, I understand AI is still in the teenager phases, maybe, almost, adolescent. So I understand it's going to stop talking like that probably after it matures a bit. 2026 through 2027, significant relationship window. Okay, sense now, isn't it? This is your next big opening. High chance of meeting someone important or deepening an existing relationship significantly. That's good. That's something I definitely have been looking forward to. But here's the catch, only if you've done the emotional work from now. I figured. 2028 through 2030. Deep commitment energy. This is prime time for a long-term partnership, marriage level commitment. Okay, building something real with someone. And honestly, that's what I also felt like it would be too soon for me, to get married now. It just, the energy is not like supportive. I can tell, right away. That makes a lot more sense now, actually, waiting for like the 4 or 5 year relationship window before I, commit to that deep level. Yes, to where you sign a paper, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that makes a lot more sense, and in alignment with what my intuition has been telling me about 2028. Yeah, so important truth, you don't get easy love, you get meaningful love. Yes, and those are not the same thing. Year by year breakdown, so this is interesting to me too. 2024 through 2030. Okay, so let's start with 2024. Emotional pressure. Yes, I was very angry during that year. Very angry. I was still healing through a lot emotionally. Internal growth. Yep, that pushed me forward. For sure. That was Rose. Sorry. Hope that didn't startle you. And reevaluating everything, career and relationships. Relationships more than career. That's when I first started my relationship. So 2024. So yeah. Career had to be on the back burner a bit. I was obviously still doing my work. Don't get me wrong. But I was more like focused on travel and love rather than taking everything in my job so seriously. I don't think I ever took it that seriously to begin with. You can't. It'll destroy you if you do. A lot of YouTube creators come to me and ask, how did you do it? How do you still do it? 18 years on YouTube later. I don't take it seriously. I don't let it crush me. I don't care if I make 5,000 one month, 10,000 another month. I don't give a shit. Like, honestly, you can't make it about that. If you do, it'll crush you. You have to keep going no matter what. Yeah. So, the letting go phase. Okay. People get so caught up in the numbers, the views. You can't. It will destroy you and your soul. Stop it. Have fun with it. Let go. Relax. That's how you do it. So, letting go phase, 2025, that was last year. Yes, that was the year. The snake shedding old skin. Yep. I don't think I did too much of that until the very butt end of the year. But yeah, that was me more letting go of my ex. That kind of year. For me, it was like, yep, I'm going to let this white boy go. And that was, yep. Clearing emotional baggage. Yes, letting it go. It was all baggage I was carrying. Just understanding I had to let that shiz go. Big inner shifts. Yes, I think I shifted in a weird way. I became more calm, more relaxed, more confident that the future would work itself out. So 2026, okay, is the turning point. Yes, I've definitely been feeling this. This is the year of the turning point. Clarity returns. Yes. I can see now through the clouds. It's not quite the big monumental breakthrough year, but it's like, yeah, I can see it. New opportunities begin. Yes, I already met new people this year. Like, an opportunity came in my work recently, like something that I've done before, but in a different way. Let's put it that way. And I think that might continue to grow into 2027. It says momentum builds. Okay. Key relationship or career move possible. Okay. That's my first impression. That sounds like a move to me. I hope I don't have to move next year, but oh my gosh, there could be something there. 2028, major expansion year. Confidence and direction solidify. Okay, beautiful. 2029, career strength. Financial improvement and stability forming. Okay, so yeah, I kind of felt like these were the lax years for me with money. It's not that I don't have it. It's just more like, yeah, somehow I've been feeling it hasn't been coming in as much as it used to. Or, it's still pretty good. I'm so grateful, don't get me wrong. It's probably, it's good. Like really, it's good. I can't complain. Okay, I could do better, but it's solid, But it's not like, oh my gosh, or like what I expected it to be, you know. So I definitely feel like, yeah, like definitely 2027, 28, then 29 will gradually increase more with time. The abundance in my investments too, you know, I have a lot of different like little investments here and there. I don't really like to talk about it too much, but most of my money is invested. So I don't really see it. I just let it sit there and grow. And that's been kind of like, you know, ups and downs. It's kind of like stable, you know. I think that's everyone with the economy, but I have a feeling the later half of the decade is going to be more growth there as well. 2030, the year we all been waiting for, peak of this cycle. You feel established, clear, and powerful. Wonderful. So this is going to be a good growth point from 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029, 2030. Then it peaks. And I guess I should show it like this. 2026, turning point. 2027, momentum builds. 2028, major expansion. 2029, kind of starts to plateau. 2030, peak. Everything has its ups and downs. So that's beautiful. That's going to be a huge next 4 years for me, I think. It does align with what the cards have been saying and what my intuition has been feeling. The real takeaway, this is the core of your chart. Your life works in this pattern. Discomfort and confusion. I'm confused half the time. I don't know what's going on half the time. Deep internal change. Always, baby, always. Always. Breakthrough and power and clarity. Yes, it's always been about those things. Yes. How much influence, how much power, you know. I feel like I've had to emotionally mature a lot because God was preparing me for greater things. I do feel that in the spirit, and I needed a lot of time to learn and grow, to handle more. He couldn't have blessed me with more unless I was handling and preparing for more. I can feel that in the spirit. You are currently in stage 2, moving towards stage 3. So I'm currently in the stage 1, again, was discomfort and confusion. Been there, done that. Stage 2, deep internal change. So that's where I'm at now. Deep 3, I'm about to hit my breakthrough. And then stage 4 after breakthrough is power and clarity. Okay, so that's more like 2029, 2030. Straight truth, no sugarcoating. So you can enter this, you know, your information into AI, and it'll tell you all these things too. When your best years are coming, you know, it's beautiful. You're not behind, you're in a transformational phase. Your life is harder early because it gets stronger later. Yes, my life was so hard in the beginning. Even though I had it good, I was so blessed. I still feel like, the hard shiz was all in the beginning. And I always knew deep down that I was working my butt off early to have a better life later. Yeah, I always felt that. You're built for depth, not mediocrity. Amen. Amen. Okay. The Lord didn't bless me with this brain for nothing. And this heart. Key timing windows 2026 through 2028 is focus. Okay. Which I struggle with. These are your activation periods when things actually happen, not just build. Good. Yes, I'm already seeing it happen. Late 2025 through early 2026. Theme is reset and opening door. Emotional weight starts lifting. Yes. New opportunities begin appearing. Already feel it and see it. You feel a shift like, okay, something's changing. Yes, finally. Yes. This is when you prepare and position yourself. Okay. So I should stay prepared then, right? Since we're done with the early 2026, right? May through October. Okay, so this is a calm month for me, hopefully. 2026, big window. Okay, I don't want to miss this opportunity, right? The theme is external movement and opportunity. Yes, okay, I claim it. I receive it in Jesus' name. Amen. The career is a new role, direction, and breakthrough chance. I've been feeling that, like I'm going to be hired somewhere. You might think I'm crazy. Maybe the media's going to call me again. They used to call me all the time. I don't know. I may have some role somewhere. You know, it's funny. I actually recently applied to be an extra. I won't say what or where, but I didn't hear back, but I've been thinking about new role. Yeah, I've been getting out of my comfort zone a lot lately. What's always been in my heart is doing acting. The shyness always held me back, but I've been thinking of some things lately. Let's put it that way. So maybe that's what it is. Love, meeting someone significant. No, already have. Or a current connection deepens fast. That's good. That's always, honestly, that's what number one in my life is, my partner right now. More than anything, to be honest with you, again, I've always been like that. My partner's always number one. The reason a lot didn't work out with my past partners is because they weren't ready for my deep love and affection. I love deep and hard, and that makes people uncomfortable, especially if they don't know you like that, and they don't want to know your depth, because your depth reminds them of their depth, and it makes them uncomfortable. So when I love, and I commit, and I'm loyal. So I'm praying that this definitely continues to deepen my relationship already than it has. Okay, this is one of your first major action windows. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm excited. Ooh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. February through August 2027. I'm excited. You have no idea. Theme is alignment. Okay, things start clicking. You feel more certain about decisions. Good. Strong relationship potential here. Okay, this is when things feel right, not forced. That's something that I've been waiting on, counting on, relying on. Things to feel right, genuine. Yes. With everything, not just one thing, Mid-2028 is peak activation. The theme is expansion and commitment, it says for me. Career leap or major upgrade. Okay. Long-term relationship solidifies. Okay, financial growth likely. Yes, so good love, good money. Virgo stuff. I'm all for it. This is a turning point year. Okay, that's also a turning point year, like this year too then, okay? Compatibility, who you actually work with. This isn't generic zodiac stuff. This is based on your emotional and psychological wiring. Okay. The best matches for me, it says, is a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You know what's funny? I have never dated a water sign. Literally. I'm all Scorpio. My brother's a Cancer. My mom's a Pisces. I know them as family. I've never been with a water sign. I don't even know what that could look like. I've had friends who were Pisces and Scorpio and Cancer. Didn't last. They never last. Water's too fluid for me. It just comes and goes. It's like they're the come and go kind of people. Sometimes you vibe, sometimes not. Sometimes you feel like calling them up. Sometimes you don't care to hear anyone's problem today. They're like that too. It's just like it's too liquid for me. It's not stable and grounded enough. But with love, apparently that's my business. I'm with an Aries right now. I'm happy as it is. Maybe he has a lot of water, that's why. But why? They match your emotional depth. They understand intensity without fear. Yeah, no one really understands me to this day, but it's okay. Especially strong for a long-term connection. Yeah. Even though they can be like a bit much. I can see. It would be weird. They would feel more like friend or family to me. It would be weird for me to love a water sign. I don't know if that would ever work. It would remind me too much of friends or family. Okay, earth signs, stabilizers. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I've been with all three, I think. Even if just for a little bit of time. My favorite, it's hard to say. I think my fave was the Taurus. Yeah. Why? They ground your emotional side. And they help you build something stable. Yeah, and I was doing very well financially when I met the Taurus. That I do recall. And the Capricorn. With Taurus and Capricorn, Virgo, they're all like about money, so I feel like that helped me attract more money too, which is weird. With fire signs, I tend to spend more money. I've noticed. I can imagine with water too. Waters to like come and go, but waters receive too, so you never know. But with fire, it's just like spend, it's just like give, you know. I've noticed that with my fire signs. I tend to spend more around them, shop more around them when I hang out around them. Air signs, I could say air signs too, to some degree. Good for balance and longevity is earth signs, okay? Intense karmic matches are Scorpio, very strong for me. Deep, magnetic, transformative, and can feel fated. I felt that with a Scorpio friend, although I never met him. I felt he felt strongly for me after a while because I would always listen to his long talks on the phone and not interrupt him and just listen to him speak from his heart and his emotions. And it was very beautiful, you know, listening to him speak his truth. You know, sometimes, you know, you miss those kind of connections, right? But you know, at the end of the day, I only saw him as a friend, unfortunately. But power struggles, possible? Yes, definitely. They get very jealous, very attached, possessive. They can be toxic too. Requires emotional maturity. Yeah. That's a big reason it couldn't work. Gemini. It's like one of my best friends is a Gemini, so she's wonderful. So your relationship access, mentally stimulating. Yes, we're very good at talking. We could talk our mouths off all day and never get burned out. I miss her. She's married now. Keeps things interesting. Yes, very interesting. Yes, I would say if I was into women, like she would have made a good match. But may lack emotional depth. You need long term. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, like sometimes maybe they didn't really fully understand my crazy emotions. It might be too much for them as an air sign. So challenging matches, fire signs. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I've been with all three. I can tell you. Aries is my favorite. Leo and Sagittarius was hard. Leo started off great, ended like shit. Sagittarius started off great, became a nightmare. So, exciting at first, but may feel too inconsistent or surface level emotionally. Yes. You may enjoy them, but they often don't meet your depth requirement. They're not deep at all. Yeah. They're not. Emotionally, they're not deep. Yeah. Unless they're really working on their emotional intelligence. Your personal strategy, this is the most important part. Career strategy for you. You succeed when you go deep, not wide. That sounds dirty, but okay. I guess I'm not emotionally mature. I'm sorry, that was funny. Don't chase random opportunities. Yeah, that's a struggle. I get distracted easily, especially in something meaningful. I don't have one specialty. That's just hard for me to just stick to one thing, you know? I'm so broad. Use both logic and intuition. Your Virgo and Pisces combo is a superpower. You can analyze and feel patterns others miss. Embrace transformation. Your career grows when you evolve, not when you stay comfortable. Bingo. I think that's for everyone. If something feels stagnant but safe, it's probably wrong for you. Yeah, I'm working on it. That's hard for me. Okay, because I want to keep the same thing, you know. I want to, be able to say I've done this for, this amount of time, but at what cost, Relationship strategy, so don't ignore red flags early. You tend to see potential and stay longer than you should. Yeah. Depth is greater than excitement. Intensity, it does not equal compatibility. That is very true and hard to really process fully and engage with that energy fully. Look for emotional safety, not just chemistry. Yes, that's true. That's easy for me. Let people earn access to you. That's a hard lesson. You love deeply, but not everyone deserves that level. Yes, that's what I've been working on. That's it. Bingo. It's like literally me right here. Maybe I am a Pisces moon and what have you. What was the other one? A Sagittarius rising? Maybe. The pattern you need to understand. Your life works like this. You go through emotional intensity. You transform, then you level up in a big way. Most people don't have this pattern. You do. Beautiful. I like having what others don't. what you should focus on right now, 2026 mindset, okay? Clean up emotional baggage. I'll continue to work on that. Get clear on what you actually want. That's hard because it doesn't pay. Look, we all like the money, right? Like, what I actually want would actually cause me to lose money. Stop tolerating situations that drain you. Yes. Like certain social interactions. Because your next big window, mid to late 2026, rewards clarity, not confusion. Okay. Final insight. This ties everything together. You're not designed for easy paths, it says, or surface relationships or predictable lives. Yes, I always knew that. Nothing good ever came easy in my life. You are designed for depth, growth, and transformation, and your timeline reflects that. Late bloomer is a strong finisher. Yes, I've had to learn to be a late bloomer and not to have to be always the first or the best, I have to be the turtle, not the hare in the race. That's a mature outlook. Like, I'm reading about the Tao right now, as some people say the Tao, right? That's teaching me more patience. That's teaching me I don't always have to be ahead or first. It's just like, I'm okay where I am. But like, that's also, though, the hard part, though, is I like that principle, but it also is too comfortable as well. So there's a fine balance, The career role that unlocks your next phase. Okay. So I asked about career because I was curious. Deep problem solver for people or systems. Not surface level work, not repetitive tasks. You need a role where you investigate, analyze, understand hidden patterns, and help fix something meaningful. Okay, so basically, I've always been told in my charts, like, I'm the one working behind the curtain. I'm not the one in front of the curtain, That explains my flop of a career. No, I'm joking, but seriously. Why this works for your chart. You have, I guess you could say I'm in the ASMR asylum. The Bomboni asylum. What other ASMR artist is in the Bomboni asylum, right? You can joke about it. I don't give a damn. I can laugh about my flop nature nowadays. It's okay. I know I suck sometimes. Anyway, so Virgo sun, it's not my fault they changed the algorithm. Virgo sun, precision analysis. Okay. Pisces moon, emotional, intuitive insight, and Scorpio influence, depth and truth and transformation. So that combination is someone who sees what others miss and can actually do something about it. Yeah, and I'm not afraid to step up and say, hey, you're doing this wrong. Something needs to change, even if it pisses someone off. Specific career roles, not vague. These are your lanes. Psychology, therapy, mental health work. Ew, I don't want to go back to college. Examples: therapist, counselor, behavior specialist, and trauma-informed coach. Why it unlocks you. It uses your emotional depth. I'm just reading for entertainment purposes only. I would never do this. Pisces moon. Channels your need to understand people. Yes, I love that. Scorpio energy. I'm very curious. I love peering into people's problems. That's why I am a great tarot reader. Duh. And gives meaningful impact. This is one of your strongest alignments. I know. That's why people come to me. Analyst and investigator roles. Examples: data analysis, a business analyst. I can never say that word. Analyst, UX researcher, and intelligence investigative work. Don't even know what those are. Why? Feeds your Virgo need to analyze, lets you solve complex problems, and gives clear progression and mastery. Boring. Health, healing fields. Examples: nursing, diagnostic roles, holistic health and wellness, and physical or mental rehabilitation. Reiki healing, holistic health and wellness, right? Why? Combines service, Virgo, and healing, Pisces. Feels purposeful, not empty. Yes. I don't want to come. You know how many people come home to $150, $60, $70 billion odd a month, a year job, and they feel dead inside. They're like zombies. They come home to their wife and kids, and they're so miserable. I don't want that. No, I want something that pays okay, at least okay. Allows me to at least live comfortably. But the most satisfaction is not with the number in the account. It's the difference you made on someone's life today, okay? That's why I could never be an engineer or, I know people they're like, yeah, but as an engineer and stuff, working in IT or robotics, you're helping build something long-term or AI that can help humanity. Yeah, but I don't want to help collectively. I want to help personally, one-on-one. I want to actually see the impact I'm making, and I want my name credited to that change. Not just like, oh, I'm just going to give you a good paycheck, but you helped me build this. I don't want to be someone's B word. I don't want to work for somebody and make them richer than they already are. Are you kidding me? Why waste my time doing that? So, strategy and consulting. Examples: business strategy, process improvement, operations consulting. Why? You identify inefficiencies instantly. You're wired to optimize systems. Boring. Doesn't interest me. I don't care about numbers like that. Rules that will keep you stuck. Avoid anything that is repetitive with no growth. I try. It's hard. I try. I get so stagnant sometimes because it's safe. Emotionally disconnected. Purely transactional, just money focused. Yeah. That's easy for me to not do. Lacking depth or meaning. Examples: basic admin work, long term. Mindless customer service. Yeah. Jobs with no problem solving. Yeah, I would fall asleep. I would literally get so bored. I would hate myself and my life and everybody. These drain you fast and delay your next phase. Yep. What actually triggers your breakthrough? This is key. It's not the job title. It's when your role includes complexity. You need problems that aren't obvious. And so many people make their lives and themselves about their jobs and their identity. Their whole identity is based on what they do for a living. That's not me. I even forget I'm a YouTuber sometimes. I go out and about and I'm like, sometimes, I'll get the random like, oh, you make YouTube videos. Like, I completely forget who I am, what I'm doing. Like, literally, like, as soon as I stop hitting record, it's like I'm another person, Human element or deep systems. Either understanding people deeply or understanding complex systems deeply. Both, yeah. Growth curve. You must feel like you're getting better. Yes, I always like positive encouragement, positive enforcement. People telling me I'm on the right path, I'm doing a good job. I think we all need a healthy dose of that from time to time. Timing alignment, important. Right now, 2026, you should be learning skills. I'm learning to use AI more, but I'm not like relying on it, because that's ew. But I've been drawn to learn more. Like reading about broader subjects. Shifting direction if needed. Sure. Moving toward one of these paths. Mid to late 2026. This is when stepping into the right role creates momentum. If you're aligned, opportunity feels natural and growth accelerates quickly. If you're not, you'll feel stuck or overlooked. I hope I don't, but I've been feeling overlooked for the past few years. Like, not heard, not seen. Yeah. Yeah. Your competitive advantage. Most people don't have this. You combine logic with Virgo, emotion with Pisces, depth with Scorpio. That means you can understand both data and people. That's rare and extremely valuable. Sounds like something great to put in a resume, I guess. So finally, the last part, the real unlock, no fluff. The role that changes your life is one where you're solving meaningful problems that require both thinking and emotional intelligence, not just one. Tarot reading, Reiki healing. I'm already doing it. Simple tests. Use this immediately. Ask yourself about your current or next job. Am I solving real problems? Yes. Am I thinking deeply or just doing tasks? Both. Am I growing or just repeating? Both. If 2+ answers are no, that role is not your next phase. It's a holding pattern. Okay, easy. So I already feel in alignment doing what I do. I don't ever really feel bored because every day I film something different and I don't know what to get. Sometimes I'll just be sitting there, a client will call me up for their own personal reading. Yes, I do live phone calls too, not just filmed tarot readings. I offer both too. If you want it filmed and a live phone call, I can add both for extra. But it's unpredictable. You don't know when the next client will book, Sometimes I'll be eating sushi at a restaurant and the client will book. Sometimes I'll be on the bathroom, a client will book. My life is unpredictable. I like it like that, I like it like that. So, it's fun. It's exciting. I don't want I'm going to report here 9 to 5 every day of my freaking life. That's not my life. I don't choose to live that way. I think that would stagnate me. That actually, when I used to live that way, working family business, I felt I'm more financially stagnated. When I finally got out of that crap, I opened up more to abundance in my life. Doors started opening more, and it's so fast within like a year. I kid you not. It just, everything started opening more in my life once I was not confined to a limitation. So sometimes your greatest curse, not somebody hexed you, girl. It's you are just not following in alignment with your chart, what you're supposed to be doing, you know? Like, just do it. Go for it. I know I'm working on it. I need to be my own best preacher too, right? Like, I need to actually get out of my comfort zone even more to initiate the change I'm looking for, because nothing's going to change until you change. All right, we're talking about transformation through this whole video, and it's so crucial for a lot of people's success. All right, not just this specific birth chart from me. Okay, but that was interesting. It was already a lot of what I knew. It sounded very repetitive, you know, but I will definitely be keeping these things in mind moving forward. Thank you so much, guys, for watching and listening. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. For those astrology lovers, zodiac lovers, I hope this video is for you. And if you'd like to go ahead and sign up for your own personal reading or healing with me, TonyBomboni.com. Links in the top pinned comment of the comment box rather, down below, the comment section, or the description box below. Okay, bye poopsies.